I'll wait till to Skippily. This is another Synopsis bootcamp video. In the last video, we covered the indicative, future, passive, and we finished up the passive forms for the indicative for all of the present system, present, imperfect, and future. And now we're moving on to the perfect system. So remember that the perfect system are the tenses that are formed using the perfect stem, which is the third principal part minus I, or the perfect passive participle. The perfect, pluperfect, and future perfect tenses make up the perfect system. The third principal part is only used for active forms, and the fourth principal part is only used for passive forms. So the first thing you're going to do actually is practice finding in your boot camp is practice finding perfect stems. And I want you also to write if the end of the stem is V, S, U, or X, I want you to put that here in this column. Notice it says if applicable. There are some verbs that their perfect stem does not end in B, S, U, or X. We learned that back in Latin 1, but just a reminder. Some of them don't, so you might put like no there. But the rest, but most of them do. So go ahead and work on that. Pause so you can work on that, and then unpause to check. All right, let's check. Just got to pull it up. Okay, so do, dare, dedi, datus is one of those that does not end in a V suffix. I put NA, which is not applicable, right? Because it's not. Most of them you'll see, especially in the first conjugation, most of them end in V. The first conjugation is very regular, and so it's almost always O, RA, awi, atus. Obviously not with do, but with almost every other verb, that's the way the first conjugation works. Second conjugation is a little more variable, as you can see. You've got U for habu, S for use, U again for tenu, and V for mo. I put this here to remind you that when you're making your stem, which again is causing people a little bit more trouble than I expected, that when you're making your perfect stem, it most likely will end with a V, S, U, or X. One thing that people are doing is that they're just assuming that the perfect stem should end in V because the example verb we used, I can't remember when we learned it. I can't remember if we did amo or porto. I sort of go back and forth on those. But whichever example verb we used was first conjugation. And so its perfect stem ended in V. And so people are overusing the V in second conjugation. So make sure that you're actually paying attention to the fact that the perfect stem is the third principal part minus the I. Okay, back to our slideshow. Okay, so we're just going to do the synopsis now because we're just doing the stem. We're going to find the perfect stem. And we're going to put it in all the active voice boxes labeled perfect, pluperfect, and future perfect. So we're going to our synopsis. Okay, and we're going to highlight the third principal part because that gives us our perfect stem. Then perfect, pluperfect, future perfect, active. We're going to highlight that same color. And also here in the subjunctive, it's pluperfect, active. So we're going to highlight that same color. And then we're going to find the stem by taking off the I, parawu. And we're going to put parawa in all of our blue boxes, all of our perfect system boxes. Perfect active, pluperfect active, future perfect active, and pluperfect subjunctive active. There you go. And that's it for, oh wait, no, I think I did have it's a little bit repetitious, but part of the point of these videos is repetition. So maybe you want to write on your notes. Remember, we were talking about maybe taking notes on the back of your synopsis that your perfect stem goes in the perfect indicative active, the pluperfect indicative active, the future perfect indicative active, and the pluperfect subjunctive active. Maybe you want to write that in your notes on the back of your synopsis. And now we're done. Volete discipuli.